Hi, everybody. This is Lindsay with Birmingham Art Crawl, and today we are here with one of our greatest artists, Amanda Klein. She's also participated in Deck the Ham last year and was wonderful. She participates at Moss Rock Festival as well. Amanda, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
It's so good to see you.
Good to
It's been
see
too
you.
long.
It really has. It really
Yeah.
has. But
So,
hopefully, Moss Magic. So
yeah,
that's great.
definitely.
hmm
Um, so I'm going to go right into it. We're going to be asking Amanda 20 questions about
Cool.
her and her work. So right off the jump, Amanda, what is your background?
I always people ask me all the time whenever I started making art, and to be completely honest, my very first word was me, and that referred to a pencil. And so I truly have been drawing since my mom says one. Like I loved it. And I worked in charcoal for years up through college, and then I I do love business and marketing as well. And so I wanted to kind of chase that career. And I worked in business and marketing for 13 years. And then in 2018, I got really sick and it kind of forced me to go part time. And with that, I started painting again, kind of as a way to heal. Well,
Mhm.
and I just started doing watercolor. I've never done watercolor before, and now all I do is watercolor and ink. So it's very much a huge change from where I was before. But that's where
Right.
I'm at. And now I'm full time, which a full time artist, which is awesome.
That's incredible.
I love
You
it
know,
so much. It's my passion.
it, yeah, it doesn't happen very often to people, unfortunately, that they're able to, really be a full-time artist. And so when you get to that point, and I've seen a lot of art crawl people who have started out, at the very, very beginning of their careers, who very quickly, within, I mean, when I say quickly, I mean 2 years,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
be able to, sustain yourself through your art. And that's incredible. So
It's
congratulations on that.
Thank you. I mean, it truly is. It's my passion and my profession. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I work hard. Like it's not easy at all. But
No, it's a full-time job. You have
oh,
to treat it like a full-time job.
you have to. You do. But I'm thankful for it. So.
Okay, so you mentioned a little bit about this. So what exactly is it that you like about watercolor and ink? You're a mixed media artist, so
Yes.
watercolor and ink, what do you like about it?
To be completely honest, because I'm such a planner and control freak,
Mhm.
I cannot control watercolor at all. Like I'm terrible at it. I can't. I
Oh,
cannot.
I can't either. So,
But I think that's why I love it so much, which is I know that's very odd, but it's true. And so I love the way I love seeing the colors that are created through watercolor. Like, and I use liquid watercolor mostly, which is even more can be more abstract in my opinion. But
yeah,
that's I just love seeing what happens. I do
yeah.
with watercolor. Now the
It's
ink,
sort of like controlled chaos
it
almost.
really is controlled chaos for sure. And the like I all because I love to draw so much, I always use India ink almost in most of my pieces on top of what the watercolor, the hot mess watercolor,
Okay.
as I like to call it. So, no, all my paintings are usually started with a sketch, and then I put watercolor and let it do its thing on top, and then go back and draw. There's a lot of illustration in my work, which is kind of my I'm sure we'll talk more about this. My dad was a botanist, so there was a lot
Oh.
of plant identification when I was really little, and I looked at all the scientific illustration books. That's
Mhm,
what I had.
mhm.
And so
Okay,
that's
so you
where
were born an artist and you like grew up around things or objects that obviously inspired you and people that
completely.
informed
Yes. There,
your.
yes. Oh yeah. I started plant identification when I was 3, I think is when dad started teaching me how to identify stuff. So I
That's
don't
really cool.
it was cool. I don't remember it, which is terrible. There's so few things I'm like,
We'll edit that part out.
yeah, you can edit that out. It's fine.
Okay, I don't know how to do that. Okay, so how has your practice changed over the last couple of years? Because it has.
It
I've.
has. Well, I've moved. I guess the biggest change is that I've moved from producing a lot of originals into going more into like the America Wild series that I'm working on now is all produced for prints. And that is very much a shift in thinking. Like you can't, I mean, you can create an original that that can become a print, but it's just different thinking about it as something that's going to be produced, mass produced. But and this sounds weird, but my first job was in printing, but I love paper. Like, I mean,
You're not alone.
Like,
Every artist loves paper.
Right, because
I have sheets of paper upstairs in my studio that are just sheets of paper that are like thick or textured or puffy. It's an illness.
It really is. Like
You're not
swatch
alone.
books, oh my word. Like I just want to look through swatch books for like an hour. It's terrible, but it's true. And so I love to produce art that looks good on certain sheets.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it should be. It should look good.
It should.
Yeah. So, you mentioned a little bit about this with your father, so I'm assuming that this is where this is all going to sort of align. But so explain the different themes or characterizations in your work, specifically with your new series that you're working on with the botanicals and the in different areas of the country.
Okay, so the America Wild series, I'm working through all 50 states. I have 28 out of 50 done right now, and they're all native wildflowers for that state. And they also include the state flower. So there's a lot of research that goes into it. A lot of, my dad retired several years ago, so I have a lot of his old botany books that I look at. And then, of course, Google. So, but yeah, it's kind of honoring, I kind of feel like it's honoring things that are so often overlooked. Like we used to spend so much time in the car commuting, and there's all these gorgeous wildflowers on the side of the road you never see because you're so just focused on getting somewhere. So I kind of felt like this series was just a way to
celebrate the beauty that exists just around us every day that we take for granted.
And look down. Like I'm a really big hiker. I spend a lot of time on trails, and it's the same there. Like you can be in the woods, but you don't always see the wildflowers among you. So but anyway, that's kind of what this series is about.
Okay, great. So because you've been working with these different states and everything, what is the capital of New Hampshire?
Oh my word. Why don't I Google it?
You can Google it.
Can I Google it for real?
I have to Google it.
What is it? That's terrible. I should know that.
Concord.
Yeah, it is. I can tell you the state flower, but I haven't done that one yet. So,
What's the state flower?
I don't know. I haven't done the state yet.
Oh. Well, damn. Okay. Oh.
Okay. We're good. We're good. Mm-hmm.
So how much time do you think you really spend on researching, like, let's say you're going to do, I think you've already done it, but Texas. So you're going to do Texas. How much time does it take to really research that and make sure you get the material and the subject matter right?
Now that I've done so many, I would say between 2 and 5 hours a state, like just the research part.
Right.
It's getting
still a considerable amount of time.
It is. Like if I work almost full time on it for a week, I can get 4 done a week, but that's not normal. Like normally it's 1 to 2. So states done because it takes so much time because I'm researching a lot of different wildflowers to making sure they're native to that state, but then I'm also looking at the composition because even though I think a flower's gorgeous, it may not work within where the shape of the state.
They have to fall well together.
Yes. I just finished up Nebraska, and part of the right side of the Nebraska state's very, very jagged, but their state flower is the goldenrod, which was perfect.
That is
perfect. I was so excited about that. So I'm becoming a wildflower nerd, but
okay. So this is sort of a personal question, but not really.
Okay.
Blue, your favorite color. Prove me wrong.
I do love some blue, but if I took my computer and like turned it around, my entire house is gray. My whole closet is gray except for like this one jumper I have on.
Okay, so gray is your favorite
Which
color.
is so terrible.
No,
Like I
it's
love
not.
gray. I love gray. I guess it's just a neutral, but I need
No,
like
gray is all interior designers love gray.
I love gray. It's just calming to me.
Trendy. Yeah,
It is.
right. You love it.
Mhm.
Okay, you proved me wrong.
There you go.
So what habits or rituals do you have? Like, do you have to listen to like a certain type of music, or like do you have to have like your coffee and your snack and your, you know?
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm such a habit person. Well, I have a huge morning thing. Now, I'm saying this, I do not have children. So once I have kids, I'm sure my world's gonna be rocked. But I get up and I have like I have a gratitude practice, and I list my 10 goals, and then I drink 2 cups of coffee and I
Mhm.
work out. So that's my morning, and I get up early, like between 5 and 5:30, because I want to rock the day. Well then, so as far as art goes, whenever
Mhm.
I'm doing anything technical, so like researching or drawing, I listen to crime podcasts, like
That's okay. I totally get it.
the more messed up, the better. Isn't that terrible?
No, it's
like
not
like
messed up.
Serial. I love Serial, but it's an excellent podcast, by the way. So
Okay, well, speaking of cereal, I asked this question to an artist the other day, and so I feel compelled to ask you this question now.
what?
Nothing to do with cereal, the podcast, but cereal,
Okay,
the food. How many bowls of cereal do you eat a day, and why aren't you eating more?
okay, this is terrible, but I haven't had cereal in years.
That's
Isn't
okay.
that horrible?
That's not horrible. It's
I
probably
do.
not really all that good for you.
No, I love cereal. Like
Well,
loved it.
yeah,
But if I did, I would eat like Cocoa Puffs and all the marshmallows out of Lucky Charms.
that's what I would just have marshmallows. That's it.
Yeah. Hmm.
That question, by the way.
Yeah.
So do you feel like living in Alabama has influenced your work or your ability to be an artist in either a positive or a negative way?
um, it has influenced my work entirely because I grew up in Blount County, Alabama. So
Mhm.
and with my dad doing what he did, like we were outside all the time. So spent a lot of time in the woods. And that is that's truly like what shaped my art. Like ever since I was a child, like I drew trees and plants and leaves and farms. So, but no, so Alabama, like as far as nature goes, it has entirely shaped my art. And I think if we didn't have the internet, it would be hard to be an artist
In
in
Alabama.
Alabama. But because the internet connects us so well and so much, it makes it doable for sure. You can truly like you could be an artist anywhere now.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. Well,
so,
that is a conversation for another day.
oh
We'll
yeah, for sure.
dive into that topic.
No, yeah, that's totally different conversations.
Okay, so what is your dream project?
Okay, don't laugh.
I won't laugh. I'm ready.
I love Sarah Blakely. She's the
Huh?
owner of Spanx.
Okay.
And I really would love to do a surface pattern design for some of her leggings. I'm not gonna lie. She's just an amazing like boss babe.
I'm writing this down, you know.
Okay, do it. If you know her, tell her I
I
have an
don't know
Alabama
her.
artist. Well, you never know.
But, well, yeah, you're right.
Sarah Blakely's awesome.
All right. I'm writing this in my planner.
Do it.
I'm writing it in my planner.
Yeah, Sarah Blakely. Yep, check her out. She's awesome. So
um, I'm gonna see if I can get in touch with her.
okay.
All right. So, who is your favorite artist?
Okay, so I am well, okay, as far as like an artist goes, I would say William Turner. I've always been very moved by his work, especially with his use of light. Like I was lucky enough to go see some of his stuff in National Archives Museum in DC last year, and it's phenomenal. I love Frank Lloyd Wright. I realize he's an architect, but I love him. He's
that's
brilliant.
art.
It is. And then
It's so art.
it is. Like I went to when I went to Chicago several years ago, I was able to tour a lot of his homes, and he's brilliant. And then the other also, this is a musician, but I'm not gonna lie, I love Lady Gaga. She is so creative. She's amazing. Like, she's brilliant.
Amazing.
She truly is brilliant. There's a reason why she's on Google's board or whatever her role is. Like, she's amazing. So
she's awesome.
Yeah, that would be my present day artist.
I was her for Halloween one year, so.
Were you really? Love it. The meat dress? Just kidding.
No, it wasn't a meat dress.
Oh, okay.
Big and sequin, and it was like,
oh my word. Yes. I love her.
All right. So do you have like a secret low-key art crush? You know what I mean? Like,
as far as
crush on besides Lady Gaga.
Do what besides Lady Gaga? Let's see.
Like, is there somebody that has like a similar aesthetic to you, or something that you sort of like look up to?
Oh, I've never met her, but I hope I meet her at some point. Kelly Newsom, she's out of Georgia. Her work is just beautiful. Like, I really, really hope that. Oh, do you have something about her?
Yeah, I'm writing her name down.
Oh, okay, cool. Like, she is. She taught a class at Alabama Art last year, and I couldn't get to it because I had to work. But oh my word, her stuff is so pretty. So hopefully one day I'll get to meet her.
Yeah, I'll look it up and then I'll send her an email.
Yeah.
So what's the best piece of advice that you've been giving, whether as an artist or just in general life?
I would say I was told, I went through some pretty hard stuff years ago, and the lady that I was seeing to kind of help me through it, she told me life is only what you make of it, and it's true. So you can go through some horrible things that weren't your fault, and you can wallow in it and let it consume you, or you can own it and move forward, and it's true. So like what we're in right now, it sucks. Like, COVID sucks completely, but you can be down about it, or you can embrace it and make the best of it. So that's kind of how I try to live life.
The thing about sort of like 2020 and COVID and like everything that's happening and not happening, the whole world is experiencing the same thing.
The whole world, yes.
So as like, I sit in my house and I'm like, I hate everything and everything sucks. But everybody's sitting in their house saying,
everybody is, yeah. We all are like, 2020 sucks. Please, let's just have a
move on. Let's fast forward. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's right. She's right. Very good advice. So name something that you love and why.
Something I love. Well, I love to go camping. I mean, I really do. Like, we already have we haven't booked all the campsites yet, but we have all the weekends scheduled to go camping for the rest of the year. Like, wow. I love it. I mean, it being outside, like sleeping under the stars, like it's great. So that very much, it calms me. Like, my husband has a really stressful job too. So it's very good for us to get out in nature and disconnect. And I think it only helps my art. So
absolutely. It informs probably everything.
It does. It's great. But that's one of my favorite things.
Okay.
So that and travel, which isn't happening right now.
Nature
all the way.
We're learning about you today. So if you had a superpower, what would it be? And would it involve nature? I guess.
Okay. So, nope, wouldn't involve nature. I would love to not ever have to sleep. That would be amazing if I could have like ultimate energy and just be able to go 90-0 all the time. That'd be awesome.
Okay, so no sleep.
No sleep. That'd be great.
I've never even heard of that superpower, but
that would be mine.
That would be yours. Mine would be to sleep more.
No,
Mine probably is the opposite, but that's okay.
that's hilarious. That's okay. Hey, whatever.
Yeah. Um, so what memorable responses have you had to your work?
Um, I have had, this kind of surprised me, but I've had a lot of kids buy my work using their own money. And that, like, I mean, it almost takes the parents back a little bit too, because
Mm-hmm.
like there was this one, the last one that happened was probably it was the most memorable. Like she was given money for her birthday and she wanted to buy, I mean, she wanted to buy my art. Oh, hey, kitty cat.
Pablo.
Oh, hey, Pablo. but,
Hi.
but that always takes me back because they're so excited about it. Like it's just this
Mhm.
raw emotion that's really cool to see. And then I've also had, not to sound depressing, but I've had two different situations where someone who had honestly like a terminal illness like wanted my work in their room. And that was really
Touching.
very much so. And I was very humbled by that. And it's just it's very surprising to it really makes you realize how important art is.
Art
It
is
really
so
does.
important.
Yes.
And it does happen when we're young, like when you were
Yes.
saying that, even children, they recognize creative, beautiful, interesting things. And to see a child that would rather spend their money, whether it's from chores or whatever, on a piece of artwork versus some toy at a store,
Oh
that's
yeah.
an incredible thing that I think that a lot of parents or people should instill that sort of
Oh
creativity
yeah.
just in their
Com-
children.
Completely. Like it's definitely made me think differently about what I want to have around my kids, or I mean, how I want to raise them. I mean, I really want to instill art and music and experiences and stuff like that. So no, I agree with you completely. But those two
Yeah.
things have moved me the most.
Those are very memorable. So professionally, long term, what's your goal? Like you just want to be an artist?
Um, Long term, I don't want to lose artistic roots whatsoever, because when I did for those years I was in corporate world, I mean, I fought a lot of depression with it because art is so mean. I can't take that out of me. So I definitely want art to always be my root, but I do want to run a successful company. Like, and by success, I don't mean financially. I mean like we're able to travel when we can travel again, please, sooner rather than later. But I want to be able to travel. Like I love working from home. It's always my goal to work at home, and this allows me to do it. So those things, and have certain experiences, like that's my view of success.
Yeah,
So that's kind of where I would like to be.
yeah. Fair enough. Answer. So when you're not being a powerhouse artist, what are you doing?
What am I doing? Well, already talked about hiking and camping. So I love to bake. I really do.
Oh, another
It's
creative thing,
It,
really.
it
Another
really is. Like people don't think about that, but it truly is. Baking is art. So I like to
and
read.
science.
Do what?
And science
In
too.
science, no,
Science
it
and
really
art.
does. It is. I know. Yep. Bake, read, oh, and watch Schitt's Creek. Oh my word, it's the
I haven't
best.
seen it yet. Still, everybody
Oh
keeps telling me, so that's what I should do today.
yes. I do not watch a lot of TV, and I've watched this show through 4 times. Literally 4 times. They have 5 seasons. Like that's a problem.
Right, you're in it.
I'm in
Okay.
it. Oh
All
yeah.
right. Well, I'm
Love me some Schitt's Creek. Yeah.
all right. Last question.
Hey.
Can you believe it? What is your favorite place to eat in Birmingham?
Oh, there's so many good places in Birmingham, and I love food so much. So, okay, I think Gianmarco's, I'm not gonna lie, is my number one. Like, it's so good. I'm also a big El Barrio fan. I have been for a really long time. Love it. And their margaritas are phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Yes. Chez
Especially their
Fonfon.
spicy one.
Oh my word. It's so good. Chez Fonfon is like my celebration place. So
Yeah.
big things. We go there. But and I love me some Taco Mama too. Yay Hoover. They just opened one. So but no, I love food. I love food so much.
Well, who doesn't?
Right?
I'm starving at the moment, as a matter
Yep. Me and you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today.
Of course. Thank you for interviewing me. This was fun. So
do you have anything else you want to talk to us about? You know, the series or anything new that's going on? I know I can tell you this, you guys, if you look up botanical nature prints for different states on Etsy, I guarantee you she's going to be one of the very first artists that pull up. That means she's awesome and doing very well. I'm excited for you.
Thank you. It's been a lot of fun. So
yeah.
Cool.
Well, happy quarantine.
Yes, I will see you eventually. I'll see you at Moss Magic.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yep.
COVID willing.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. Bye, Lindsay.
Bye.